Hello. Welcome to this week's episode in Blunt and Funk with Baron Dixon, and by my left I have
Johnson Awolola is the name.
Yeah. So I'll call you Mr. Johnson or Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson is fine.
Johnson.
Yes.
Toby Daniels,
Yeah.
Magnifico.
Toby has been here before. On
Yes,
previous
I have
episode.
been here before.
Yeah, and welcome back again.
Thank you for having me.
How was the last one you did? Was it alright?
It was hot. It was good.
Yeah, people check it out. People should just go and watch it again. And Mr. Johnson, welcome to the show.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Yeah. We hope to see you again and again and again.
Yeah, again and again and again.
Yeah, but I get to understand both of you are into entertainment.
I'm into film. I'm into poetry. I'm into like writing.
Yeah.
So yeah, film industry basically, writing industry, acting. That's my thing.
Yeah, that your IG page, like everybody, like who checks his IG page, I just see it. What's your?
Toby Daniels _.
Yeah.
Toby Daniels, one word. Toby Daniels _.
Yeah. And Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, so I'm a filmmaker as well. For now, I'm a short film director.
Yeah.
I have edited a lot of big projects for Netflix, for all major studios in Nigeria. But yeah, the IG is just Johnson Awolola basically. But yeah, for now, filmmaker. Hopefully, like we'll direct something like as a feature length soon.
Yeah. Please put me in it. Put me there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Welcome to the show again. But entertainment in Nigeria should I say Africa or Nigeria? Should we limit it to Nigeria or Africa?
Yeah, I feel like for the Nigerian industry is a big industry.
Yeah.
So even if you say Nollywood, like Nollywood is Africa basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's taking over.
Exactly.
It's moving.
Yeah, Nollywood is fast growing. Like, if you go to other African countries, like you find out that they're watching like more Nigerian content, even on YouTube. Like, if you shoot your film, whether short film, big long project, like feature project, you have more people from outside Nigeria watching your content, watching Nigerian content more. So yeah, Nollywood is like for me Africa. Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it's the third biggest in the world. So yeah, I think.
Actually.
Yeah, in terms of content, we're churning out, and but in terms of when it comes to budgeting, I don't know. We're still we're not there yet.
Yeah.
But we're trying. I mean, the movies I'm seeing these days talk about Moabudus, talk about the Ramsey Noahs, like the kind of work they're churning out. It has like considerable, high budget kind of. So I think we're getting there. We're trying.
We Nigerians, we don't really see our movies like the way outsiders see it, or the way other African countries see it as we like.
It is see finish. That's what's happening to us. I think that's what's going on.
See finish.
Because I remember there was a time, I think it was I've forgotten the movie I went to see at the cinema, and Tonya Imako's movie was shown at the same time. I think it was Ghost and the Tout or something.
Yeah, Ghost and the Tout.
I picked the American one, man.
No, actually, people don't go to cinema to watch Nigerian
film.
Yeah.
Film. Like the only Nigerian film I've ever gone to cinema to watch was The Village. The Village after the Village Chief. This one I dropped recently. What's the name of that one?
I can't Popo.
No.
Or My Village People.
My Village People.
Okay.
Yeah, like movies film.
Yeah.
So for me, the problem would be that he said budgeting. I agree with you when you say budgeting.
Yeah.
But the major issue with Nigerians is that we can watch that Viking movie, or we can watch Game of Thrones movie, or we can watch, say, maybe Sandman, like a paranormal movie, for instance. And the moment you try to do your own magic in there, like American film, no, don't copy them. And we have big like the fan base in Nigeria for Spider-Man movie, like all the Marvel, like superhero movie.
It's high.
It's high. The moment you try to do something here with somebody flying, they'll be like, no, don't copy them now. You are not them. Meanwhile, we have really, really cool stories about, like, Nigerians with all paranormal stories and stuff. We have mystical stories that, like, we can actually tell. But Nigerians will not support it. But then again, you need budget to actually make that movie very realistic for people to go and see. But if you don't have the budget, that's the problem. But yeah, then again, like, Nigerians will never support you until people outside of Nigeria start supporting you. So you make that movie, you put it like as an, or maybe on international festivals, and they're liking it. They'll be like, oh yeah, that's a Nigerian film. Yeah, keep doing it. But
And
yeah,
it becomes
they
a
won't support
trend.
you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, they won't support you like from the onset. Yeah. So that's like a major problem that we have for the kind of movies that Nigerians should be watching, either action or like as superhero films.
But you think it's like a Nigerian problem?
I think, to be very honest, Nigerians, I wouldn't say Nigerians, I think generally, globally, film viewers have become desensitized to mediocrity. Like, because just like you said, we've seen the likes of like Spider-Man, Black Panther, we've seen
Yeah.
like big budget movies, we've seen like great tricks happening on TV.
Yeah.
And so anything less than that is like, where are you coming from? Like, guy. So I think for the kind of budget we have to be like wise storytellers to know what stories fit the budget we have and how to tell it like the best way we could, so that at least when people watch it, they know that, okay, you've done your best with the little you have, and people can appreciate it.
Sorry, let me just add to that.
Yeah.
You've seen Woman King,
Yeah.
right? Woman King is such a Nigerian story. The reason why I said so was that
Partly.
well, okay, for me, like
Yeah.
when I said it's such a Nigerian story, I mean that if you see the costuming and if you see the location,
Yeah.
like the set design and the
Yeah.
location, it is so Nollywood. These guys are not they're not wearing expensive fabrics or giving you one chain or stuff. These ladies are tying wrapper. Do you understand? The warriors are just wearing like animal skin and then that's it. Like it's like if you give a Nigerian director that same budget, bro, he's going to go and look for one fabric from Sierra Leone and bring something from Kenya. Just make it. But these guys just tie wrapper and that's it. If you see the opening scene, you just see them with wrapper and they're gossiping with basket and everything. Like it's a big budget. So we need to appreciate us as Nigerians and just tell a story that is very cultural, that can like resonate with people around here with the way we dress.
Yeah.
So when you have big budget where you give you money, don't go and overdo it and just go and get like different like stuff that we are not even used to seeing because you're just trying to like use the money well. So
By the way, I think Africa is the new like trend.
New trend.
Yeah, everybody wants to be African.
For
It's so
cinema.
cool to be African right now.
Actually,
Do you get? Especially in the movies. People just want to see something African. So
Come to that
interesting.
budget thing. Don't you think that most people don't even want to even budget in movies right now? Like, if you ask someone, okay, I'm making a movie, they'll be like, they want to see your record. I'll be like, even I don't have record, I have connection, I have means of doing it. I know that I'm an experienced person, so and so. Like, if you give me this thing, I'll be able to. If you give me so and so budget, I'll be able to give you something, give the world something that is very nice. But people don't usually sponsor budgets of film. Why do you think that?
I'll let him start on that. I think he has more experience. I mean, I have something to
Actually,
say
he has
concerning that.
experience,
I have something to
yes.
say concerning that, but I'd like to hear his
So
take first.
the thing is, for me, I have the privilege to work under like a very big filmmaker in Nigeria, and over time, I just realized that people will always turn you down if you've not done something in the industry that they can see. Now, I have beautiful ideas. I have mad ideas that if you put in your money, you will make your money back.
True.
I'm young and I'm hungry, and I can actually
Young
make that
and hungry.
and I can actually make a film.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because I went to film school, I understand film, and you have all of these skills, but you don't have, the major problem is you don't have the budget. And the reason why you don't have the budget is because you need backings, you need, they call it body of work, right? Yeah. So when you don't have, or if you've not done anything before, nobody will give you the opportunity to say, okay, man, take my money, go and make your film. So first of all, for me, I feel like you need people to back you up. You need to create something, no matter,
experience.
Exactly, no matter how small. I worked on Olo Ture, I worked on The Lost Cafe, I worked on Sons of the Caliphate, I worked on Still Falling. These are projects that are on Amazon, Netflix. These are big projects, right? But that's like as a post-production guy, right? So now moving in after film school, saying that, okay, I want to become a producer and a director. People know what you've done. They've seen what you've done, but they can only trust you in your field of work. Now, if you're moving from editing to directing or producing, they'll be like, okay, but what have you done? So, but for me, what I can actually just say, as from my experience as a person, is that you need to shoot something, even if it's not big budget. Go and sell Mom C's land and make that film. And then when you do that, just put it on international festivals. I think you can actually make money from it. Like now, I'm actually working on something like that. But I think if I do that, I can then use like favors and like colleagues to actually just get funding to just make a
So
film.
it's like
But if you're a nobody, if it's not your father or your family member, nobody's going to give you money to
I
make
tell
a
you.
film. Nobody. That's
tell you.
like facts. They need that proof. They need that evidence to just back it up.
He has said everything. You're as good as your
Well, you
last
said you had
reference.
something to say
No, I
before.
was waiting for you to just say that. You're as good as your last reference.
Yeah.
If you don't have something to show, people don't trust you. It's as simple as that. Like he said, except your father is Otedola or your father is Dangote and
No,
wants to
even
give
that
you money
is- they-
to shoot.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
So if you don't have all of that, come on. And even in cases where you have all the funds you need to like pull up the big budget work, you might spend a lot of money, put the work out there, and it doesn't get the needed traction because you've not done something that's like a stepping stone for that work to be out there.
True.
So sometimes it's not really about having the budget to make the work happen. Sometimes it's about what you've done, the reputation you've built, like your trajectory so far in the industry, you know.
Yeah, but for I want to say something. But for our guests out there that don't really know, they watch movies and they are fascinated by it. How would you advise them to go about it, or to like
Go about what
means
exactly?
to enter into film, to enter into the industrial, in the entertainment industry per se?
Man, there's no. I don't think there's a particular set
Almost
way.
everybody just goes to
But-
film school.
No. A lot of people don't actually go to film school to become like great people in the industry. A lot
Yeah.
of them. But I would say that it's really, really great to understudy somebody. If there is somebody in the industry that you love so much that can become your mentor and they're willing to mentor you, I think it's a great avenue. A lot of people came into the industry that way.
Yeah.
But I just say, oh, well, if you went to film school, it's not guaranteed. You finish
now.
film school, you step pepe. I'm telling you.
No, the thing is that
Possible.
we all here did film school, so
Yeah.
maybe them that don't know about it, like how would they know? Like, okay, must I guess go school? I be by first I go school. That kind of thing.
See, the truth is, so just permit me to just mention his name. His name is Kenneth Gian.
Yeah.
So for me, I actually understudied Kenneth Gian for like 4 years
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
before film school, and then I can actually sit down anywhere in the world and have conversation, like proper film conversation with anybody because of the way he actually trained me. But after all of this, he told me, he said, you need to go to film school. Do you know why? Because if you go to film school, there are like some sort of knowledge that you're going to get from film school. There are films that they will make you watch. There are
Yeah.
lot of films that they will make you shoot, even though you're not going to, probably you won't be proud of it because of the budgeting, because of maybe your classmates are not even ready to help you, even though it's a group work.
Yeah.
But now you have to learn from there that, okay, I need to improvise. If this guy is not doing this, what can I do? So in film school, as I already have that knowledge. I was already a professional editor before film school, but I wasn't doing editing in film school. I was directing, I was producing, I was managing, so I was everywhere. So that's what film school gives you.
Yeah.
It makes you understand cinema language. Like you understand what's people will just watch YouTube and okay, I just want to watch YouTube and learn how to. You can do that. You can be successful. There are big directors in America that didn't go to film school.
Yeah.
But the truth is, Nigerian film school, it's not. It won't make you successful.
Yeah.
But if you know what you want, go to film
Exactly.
school. Go and just put your mind that I'm going to go and suffer.
How many film school are there? How many which ones do you know? Because me, I just know the ones in just say Plateau State, just NFI here.
Man, I think there are plenty. But the ones I know, NFI,
Yeah.
just
National Film Institute.
PEFT, Royal Arts Academy, Ebony Life Academy. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, Ebony Academy. Yeah, that's what it is. It's actually a film school that is free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to just apply for it. This is not an advert, too. But for people who wants to learn
Yeah,
film,
that's the
Yeah.
whole idea for people that want
So,
to.
but I think if you're based in Lagos, I think you should just consider Ebony Life Academy, because most of the students there, when they finish, they have opportunity to be on projects
Almost immediately, actually.
almost immediately. Yes.
Yeah.
There's this one to Del York Film Academy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's Del York, exactly. So I think people should just do research. Don't go to all of this. I'm sorry, but I won't go to a private film school in Nigeria. That's
Why not?
Why?
Yeah, for me, I just feel they will teach you what they want to teach you. I'm not going to mention this particular private film school in Abuja that they collect a lot of money, but then again, they are not really teaching the students
Yeah.
anything. If you go there to say, I want to be a director, then they are teaching you how to act.
Yeah.
You get, it's good for a director to know how to act, but if I decide to say I want to come and learn directing, it means that I want to learn directing. So like if you waste my time out of 6 months and I'm actually learning how to act for like 3 months, then like what's the directing? Like you need to teach me how to direct a character, how to block a scene, how to. So if you don't teach me all of that stuff, like I won't know it. So they're like film schools in Nigeria that will waste your time. So I think you should just go to Ebony Live, NFI. We kept saying NFI again because we've been through it. Don't expect, don't think that
Actually,
don't think that it's going to be easy. Like, okay, you go suffer, but
no, expenses in NFI
at the end of the day, you're going to, for NFI, you're going to meet friends like family. People who you will last with for a very long time. He's from NFI, I'm from NFI. Like, we're not even classmates, but we have this cycle. Whatever happens, like, I always know that, okay, I have this guy from NFI that I have to work with. So it's family for you, and that's what you need, because we all are going to grow in the industry and some of us will be successful. And when we're successful, we have to help this guy to be successful. But he has somebody that has to help to be successful too. So that's what NFI gives you. But I don't know about other film schools because I've not been to other film schools. But for NFI, I'll always say that forget about like the stress, but you're going to meet a family here. So
You said something about private film schools. I think it's relative. I think if you're looking out to like go to a film school, you should watch out for their curriculum. I think it actually helps.
True.
Because some of them, like I said, some of them are not accredited, and so their curriculum is not vetted or checked. So they might have just anything on their curriculum and want to get money from people. But if you're looking for like a particular, maybe specialized course or something like that, it usually helps when you check their curriculum. If they have it available online or something, just check it.
No, I agree with you.
True.
Yeah, I agree.
But coming back to Nollywood movies, you know, say yes, we know say Hollywood na the baba, but do you think Nollywood is moving, or will ever get, or will not ever, will get to that place?
Hollywood has like 200, I think almost 200 years ahead of us. Almost 200. That's a lot of years. I think Nollywood is not even up to how old is Nigeria? Nigeria is like 65, I think, or 66 or something. So imagine Nollywood is not even up to like 60 years, and Hollywood is like 200 plus. I don't know if it's up to that, but close to 200 years. So I think they have a lot of years ahead of us. Like they've had a lot of failures, you know, they've had a lot of successes and stuff like that. The best thing we can do as Nollywood is learn all we can learn, because we now have like shoulders to ride on. You know, we have people to learn from. We have collaborations and stuff like that. But talking about moving, I think we're trying. Even if we're dragging, we're moving. We're moving. I mean, our acting is getting better. Cinematography is getting better. You know, so I think we're moving. Yeah.
Well, for me, I kind of feel that Nigerians are very, very creative. And
people say that a lot.
The first time that I actually thought that the industry is going to grow into something that it is today is when our music industry started making music video to compete with the American music video standard. Right? So that's a statement. And why, if you ask yourself why, it is because music video is something you can shoot in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days max, and then it's for a short period. What that means is you can rent all the expensive camera for like short period of time. So music video became very, very good. It became really, really good. You can actually match the standard with America because of the cameras that they are using, because of the lights and everything. Because if you're going to make like a feature film, like 14 days max, like that you can actually shoot with, like, or 21 days or 30 days. So imagine renting Array camera for per day is like maybe 250, 300,000 per day.
Imagine for a month.
Do you understand? So renting for a month, can you do that? You cannot. But music video, you can shoot it in 2 days. So you can afford it. So for me, I feel like we've gotten to that point where we can actually compete with Nollywood. When I say compete, doesn't mean like we can actually do what they can do. Like I'm saying that we can. Our film, like the first Nigerian film is in Cannes now. That's the first ever Nigerian film. It's called Mami Water by CJ. So that's huge. No, not Cannes. It's Sundance. Sorry, Sundance is like one of the top film festival in the world. That's the first Nigerian film. So for us to be able to make it there means there's something happening here. So if your film goes to Sundance or Cannes bro, you don't make them for life. Like, they will call you internationally to come and direct movies. Do you understand?
Wow.
So now our film is beginning to go to those sort of festivals. So what that means for me, like, is we're getting there, and we're actually working really hard to get there. Nigerian films that you can actually watch in the cinema, like, that have that kind of standard, people don't have access to it, because most of these people that you call the Nollywood fans, they're like all these market women who will not subscribe to Netflix. You understand? Who will not go to the cinema on Christmas Day. They just want to see it on their African Magic Epic. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But that's where you make stars, basically. Like, I mean, if you're a star, you're on African Magic Epic. Market women know you. You're a star. That's like the era.
Celebrity already.
That's like like Genevieve era or Motola era. So I feel like Nigeria is getting there really, really fast. This is the reason why I said that, is because Amazon is in Nigeria.
Wow. Yeah.
Sony is in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Do you know that Sony is giving out cameras for free for filmmakers now? Like,
Wow.
if you want to shoot, just take our camera, just write to us, I can give you a camera. If
Fact.
bro,
I
yes,
didn't know that.
Wow.
yes, the director, they're like, I don't need to start mentioning directors, but they're like people that are filming in Nigeria, like as in now with free
But that's for like
camera.
top people, right?
Yes, but you can
Yeah.
write. That's
like
why
anybody can, if you have.
So it's about presentation.
Yeah.
It's always about presentation.
Yeah.
That's why I said, as upcoming filmmakers, like, we should always think about colleagues, like big colleagues to use. Like, imagine you meet Kunle Afolayan and you tell him, oh, Kunle, I have a film project, but I want you to be, what do you call it, supervising producer. I have a producer, he has not done anything before, but I want you to supervise our project.
Yeah.
And then Kunle said, oh, okay, no problem, I can do that for you. And you write to Sony and you say, oh, so I'm making this project, and Kunle Afolayan is supervising producer. I would like to use the Sony camera to shoot it. It's an experimental film, and from this, and they say all your, they will give you. That's facts. I went to the next gen events, like, organized by Sony in Lagos, and they told us, like, we'll give you camera for free. Do you understand? So what that means is how you present yourself. Like, it's about, like, Nigerians, we hate paperwork, right? We hate research. We hate research. We hate writing. We hate all this stuff. We just want everything easy, physically.
Yeah.
Let's do it and go. So, but you need to learn how to write. You need to learn how to, like, approach people, like your pitch deck. Like, you need to learn how to, like, as in, get these people and email them and tell them, oh, this is what you want to do. These are people who are part of your project, right? These are stuff like, I mean, people should learn how to. If you do that, it will be easy to just get all of these assets, basically.
Yeah, well, moving back to what you said earlier, Nigerians don't like to research, don't like to. Is that one of the problems you feel like the young people entering the industry are facing right now in Nollywood?
Well, I don't know what the problem everybody is facing, but if I speak from my perspective and from my experience, I feel like we as young filmmakers, like, we need to be aggressive for taking over, to take over the industry. Like, I don't know what to use, but the thing is, you have Kunle Afolayan, right? You have Kenneth Giang, you have Mo Abudu, you have CJ.
Yeah.
If these people become like, what's his name? Kelani, is it Kelani?
Yeah, Tunde Kelani.
Yeah. So today has this generation of thunderbolts, Magum, right? And then they are out. That's Pete Edochie.
Yeah.
Kanayo, that's their generation. They're out. The next set is Kunle Afolayan, Kenneth Giang, and Mo Abudu. Now, if this generation, if they fade out, we are next, right? But if you look at the industry now, how many young people can you actually pin and say, this is the youngest film director in the industry? Can you point one person?
True.
The industry now is about actors. Young actors, they're the one making, like, we don't have crew, like director, producer, crew.
They're very few.
Yeah,
There are few. And it is because we're not aggressive enough, or not doing the paperwork enough. Like, we need to do research. We need to write. This Mami Water project, CJ has been working on it for a long time, and he's been writing, like, as into festivals. So we need to be able to do research and say, okay, if I have a good project, where can I research? Who can I write to for a grant? Right? Like, for a development project. There are, like, all of these projects, all of these festivals that you can actually write and get all this grant. But people don't even research it. Filmmakers are just like, okay, man, if I get this money now, we just talk to Toby. Toby will just give me money, shoot this project. That is it. People don't know that you can actually get funding from international, like, festivals, like, as in, or all these like, as in, bodies to help us. So it's that research that people are lazy to. Nigerians particularly are lazy to do it. So if we start researching and start learning to write proposal or pitch deck, I think like the industry will be a better place for us. We are not like as young filmmakers. I don't think we're prepared. Very few of us are prepared to actually take over the industry.
On that same question, I think what our problem is, this generation of filmmakers, this new crop of filmmakers coming, is that we want to have that huge success really fast.
Like,
we don't want to do the work.
it's up.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Like, I can speak for myself, right? I've been studying film like since 2014.
Yeah.
I've been to a film school before NFI.
Yeah.
Do you get? I've worked in the industry for like 3-4 years before NFI. So I've been in this field for like almost 8 years plus now.
True.
Now, imagine that I am trying to like get myself learned in the way of filmmaking for the past 8 years, and somebody who has not done something for the past, maybe somebody who has not even been learning filmmaking for so long, has some money and just wants to do a big budget something. And I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Now, if I do something, I've been learning filmmaking for a while. If I do something, you cannot compare maybe the aesthetics, maybe the quality of work, maybe the transcendence of the work. You cannot compare to somebody who has not done the work. I know quite a lot of filmmakers in Lagos, and a lot of them want to like do the work, but I mean they want to put out quality work out there. But when you see the work they're doing, you're like, you're making an attempt, but it's not there yet. I can speak for myself. Sometimes I do my own work and I look at it, I'm like, because I'm my own critic, right?
Yeah.
I look at my own work and I'm like, guy, sit tight. Like, so I feel we have to put in the work.
Yeah.
If you have to go to film school, like he said, please go to film school. If you have to understudy somebody. People just don't wake up and blow in the industry one day.
True, it takes
If
time.
you blow in the industry one, maybe you did ritual or you are sleeping with somebody. If you're not doing any of those, if you didn't do ritual, if you're not sleeping with somebody, if your father is not Dangote or $10, please go get yourself learned in filmmaking. So I think when we go through all that process, because we cannot skip the process, when we go through all that process, success is very sure. It might take a while, because good things take a while, but you definitely get there.
Yeah, actually, true. But currently now, like television series D, movies D, for the series parts,
Yeah.
what's your like series at the moment?
In Nigeria?
Yeah.
In Nigeria,
Yeah.
series. I beg. Honestly,
No.
I think when it comes to series,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when it comes to series, I think we're picking up,
Yeah.
but we're not.
Come on.
I don't want to say mediocre, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. But I've seen few good series from Ebony Life.
Yeah.
I've seen a few good series from. I mean, there's this crop of writers. I know some of them. I know Xavier Igorode. I know Ifeanyi Chidi, and those guys writing like great content for African Magic right now.
Yeah.
Like writing and Covenant, writing at Joche and all those ones. I think we're picking up, but I don't know if we're there yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but
I don't know if we're there yet.
No, for me, I kind of feel like for TV series, like I mean for TV, I could say that we have quite like a number of like good series. Like I love, it just came out like is it Justice and what?
Justice and Crime,
Crime.
something like that.
Crime and Justice.
Yeah,
It's on Showmax, right?
Still airing, though.
I
Like,
love it.
it's really
I
nice.
love it
Yeah.
because it is different. We have all of these like huge fan base for all this action cop series, like I mean for American, like I mean series, and now we have something like that in Nigeria. And I watched it. I wanted to see it for the action, for the acting.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. I
not seen it yet.
like Crime and Justice.
Yeah.
You should see. I like Crime and Justice. It's beautiful. I like Blood Sister is amazing, to be honest. Like
I have my reservations. I have my reservations. bro.
I love Blood Sisters,
Yeah.
and I kind of like.
Are you sure you're not biased? Because
So
Like,
I'm not.
he's not saying-
So that's the
Yeah.
thing. Let me tell you what, right?
Yeah.
I edited Oloture. It's the
Okay.
second Nigerian Netflix original. I edited it, but the truth is, I don't like Oloture because I kind of feel like. Not like I like it as a project the way it is.
Yeah.
As everybody, as if I watch it as a viewer, I'll say I don't like the way it ended because I don't like it, and I feel like there's a story that we need to cover more that we didn't cover more
yeah.
as writers, right? So for me as a viewer, I'll be like, why didn't we explore that whole Oloture girl's story more because I kind of love the Linda character more.
Yeah.
Because I connect with her. I saw her family. I saw her sister. She gets like she gets killed like in the series. I was like, I love that character more. So for me, we kind of explore that character more than the Oloture character. So if you tell me like who's your favorite character in Oloture, Omawumi is my favorite character because I can see and I can feel and follow her character. But Oloture, like, yeah, she's just there, like she's investigating, she's writing. Like Linda's character, we saw her family, we saw her virgin sister who's going to be disvirgined. Do you understand? We saw that. I mean, they cut her head off. So Oloture, that's for me like that. So I'm not being biased. So when I talk about series, when I talk about series, like I'm actually talking about it the way it is. But now the truth is, for your question, the truth is, how many Nigerian series is out there on Netflix that you can actually connect to?
Bam.
How many? Because there's a studio handling this series, right?
Yeah.
Like when it comes to series now, I've seen Blood Sisters, like it's from Mo Abudu.
Yeah.
I think is it Ink Blood or something?
Ink Blood.
That one in charge of Far From Home. Which other company? Like I have a friend, Bolu is my friend. She did Becoming Abby.
Yeah.
That's kind of a low budget series, but it's successful. It was like top 10 on Netflix, like as in for a long time. Like it's a low budget. Like I know her. Like I met her at the Next Gen like Sony event that I was telling you about in Lagos. Like so we're just talking. She has not even released this show at the time. She was telling me, oh, so I have this show Becoming series. Have you seen Emily in Paris? I said yes, I have. Like no, so if you love Emily in Paris, you will love Becoming. I was like, oh, I would like to see it. When it came out the first week, I watched it. I was like, Bulu man, this is beautiful. I called my friends like, watch it. Do you understand? And she met with my friend at an event like Afrif, and they were talking about, oh, Johnson told me to watch your show. I was like, oh, where's Johnson? Oh, he's back. And she came to look for me. Like, so yeah, like that's what it is. Like we have few series in Nigeria. Like Netflix, Amazon is here now, Netflix is here now, and they're giving money to people to do series or giving people opportunity to pitch. When we have more series, we can actually say, okay, then we do have good series. But right now, the top dogs are the one creating this content, and the only two series that I can see in Nigeria at the moment is Blood Sisters and Crime and Justice, Far From Home, The End, and Becoming Abby, of course. Like if you like, say I'm biased.
But I think that one thing we could do better, because some of this series, I think the writing for them is closely similar to how we write feature films. I think we still need to master like our series writing. That's one thing for sure.
So what about for the future films?
For the feature films, like we're definitely picking up. That one we're doing well. I think for the kind of budgets we have, we're doing well. For the kind of stories we're telling, but I think it's time we segue out of the regular stories. We need to tell more daring stories, I think.
More stories that will hit
more daring stories. There are stories all around. I wish Woman King was like produced by a Nigerian studio. It would have been great, you know. Imagine this. There was this. I don't know if it's a series. Sarah. There's this story about Sarah Batman. Is this Sarah Batman? This South African woman that was taken illegally to Europe and used for stuff. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine that kind of story. That is an original story.
Yeah.
I think we have beautiful stories like that in Nigeria. I know about during the slave trade era, there are people who actually came back to Nigeria. There were old slaves who came back to Nigeria with stories of what happened there. Why can't we find those people and try to tell their story in like really, really interesting ways? So I think we have great stories. You just have to look for them.
Yeah.
So there's I have a friend. He's a writer. His name is Tosin.
Yeah.
So Tosin is writing a project for me.
Okay.
That's.
I think we know who you're talking about.
So he's writing a story for me that has to do with slave trade. Now we got a gig, we got a deal from America. Like there's this Nigerian guy that is in America. His name is Freddie, and he has a partner. His name is Idris. These two guys said, okay, we want to make this film because we've seen the pitch deck, we love it. So again, learn how to create pitch deck, your proposal. So this is also I presented to them okay, this is a story idea. So it has all the information as in your casting, your synopsis and stuff. So they love it and they want to make this film. Now, again, you buzz back to okay, what have you done before?
Yeah.
What kind of story are you trying to make? The story has captured them. They are willing to pay these budgets, like, I mean, we're going to say, oh, how many $1,000 can you use to make
Yes.
it? We have everything is set. But to make this film, we're thinking of a big studio backing. Now, I can't just say, oh, okay, I have a production company with Tosin and let's just make this film. No. We need like a Kenneth Gang company like CK, like Cinema Quarter, or we need a Moabudu studio, or you need like all of these big studios to do these backings for you. So, stories there. Yeah.
Actually.
From all these young filmmakers. So what I'm actually even like, I mean, like fighting for me as a young filmmaker is that platform for all of these top dogs to be able to say that, okay, like I've made 2 films like this year and I want to support like a new director or producer or writer to say like, okay, I need to bring your story to light, right? Okay, Toby, what story do you have? I want you and you to pitch a story for me, and I'll pick one and executive produce it with me as producer.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that's how you can actually support us as young filmmakers. You can't keep telling us, okay, you're young filmmakers, do this, do that. We get story. But we need your support to actually make the story come to life, right? So, you know, people will always tell you, oh, before you become a filmmaker, you need to watch film from the 90s, film from the 30s, from the 80s. And bro, I've stopped watching black and white film. I am the future. Like, this is my camera. Like, let me talk to you like as filmmakers. Like, if you're like upcoming filmmaker and people are telling you you need to go and start watching black and white films and to learn how they created sound and color, don't do that. Forget it. You are the future, and the future is now. So you make films with color and think about like making films now. So don't think about like as making films, how to make films black and white. You have all the technology like as you can actually use to actually make film now. So why do I need to go start learning how they started making sound and colors back in the days? I have technology now. So what I need now is finance and support. So if these big filmmakers are not supporting us, then you can never be successful. So you have to do it your own way, and which is like I mean making anything you can make and use all those festivals to actually like as make your films. So like we have stories that we can actually take, like slave stories that you're talking about and everything. If you read the story that I was telling you about, maybe like I mean off camera we can actually talk about it. But bro, it's a mad idea, but it has not seen the light because we need a lot of like I mean big dogs to back us because before we can actually make that project. So yeah, so that's it for me. Like there are projects, but you need backings.
But you know, this industries, and there has been through a lot, and the whole slander and everything. I don't know. For me, I usually hear those things that any actress you see on Nollywood is actually sleeping with someone, or like that the director is always sleeping with that. I'm like, no, now, yes, now you have to be blunt about it. Look, seriously,
these things happen. That's for sure.
No, they do happen, but it's more like everybody, like the whole, they see it as every actress. As long as
By the way, not just the ladies though.
Oh shit!
Not just the ladies though. See, guys, these days they will tell you to off pints. I'm telling you.
All boxers.
I went for an audition one time in Lagos.
Yeah.
And so because I act too, right? I went for this audition and I saw the way the casting director was looking at me. I felt really uncomfortable.
Wow.
It was a guy. Like the way the guy was looking at me, I felt so uncomfortable because I sense energy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and the questions he was asking, his gestures and everything, I'm like, I don't want this job. I don't want it that bad.
Yeah, it's true. Like this is making people not
don't want it that
want to move into the industry because it's painting a bad image for even we that were even everybody's trying to work hard in it. But if a girl now is aspiring to be an actress, or a guy now, as he said, is aspiring to be an actor, it kills you. And most times when the family is exposed to it, they'll be like, you want to come and share, will be that name.
See, I won't lie to you. This generation we're in, I don't trust anyone. So a lot of times, I'm going to be very honest.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you see people just have, I know sometimes people have things that look like sudden fame, you know, but sometimes you don't know what's happening behind the door.
No, but it's not yours to say.
It's not yours to say, but I'm just telling you that the kind of people we have in this generation, like values have eroded, and people will do anything to get that fame.
No, but the way they bash people, you see them even on Twitter bashing to their face, like we know what they do. What's your like?
Well,
so for me, right? When it comes to people sleeping with people in the industry, we can't say it doesn't happen. It does. We know it is our reality, right? So, but there are like different ways to enter like in the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you think that you need to get into the market and this road is closed, you can also always use other routes. In Nigeria now, this generation, that's what I'm saying, this generation, we are modern day filmmaker. We are the future of filmmaking.
Yeah.
As an actor, if I'm an actor and I really need to get into the industry and I see that all those are closed, I'll use social media. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to use web series. I'm going to use Instagram.
It seems to be working though, really.
Yeah, the all
Like most of
A
the
lot of
actors,
skit makers are now
Yeah.
acting.
they are the actors.
Yeah.
Like in the industry now, we have more social media influencers. That's what they call them.
Yeah.
As actors, like Shaggy is an actor. Faust is an actor. Like
By the way,
this-
Shaggy is a trained actor.
he is a trained actor.
He's a
Are you
trained
serious?
actor, yeah.
Well, that's
Story
fantastic.
theater
But,
act, actually.
oh really?
Yeah.
So, but well, they're underutilizing him.
No,
I'm
but-
sorry.
That's
sorry.
fact.
I'm
No,
sorry.
but that's what
It's
like
stereotyped already,
But that's what like
kind
killed
of.
the older filmmaking era. Like that's what killed most of their times. Like most of them were always bad, and that's how people viewed them. That's how they were viewed. Like most of them used to sleep around, and we our own generation. Even if you can do whatever you want to do, but not be everybody wants to sleep around.
But aside from social media though,
Yeah.
like what other ways do you think people can use to get into the industry?
So the truth is, for me, I feel like I have a friend. She's the main character on the Rishante, the Halita popular project. Like, so I was curious because she was in my first feature film, my first short film, Simi. Simi did well, by the way. Yeah. So So I told her, like, can you do Simi for me, and we have to shoot around Jos, and she came to Jos, and like we made the film. And I was curious. I was like, okay, can you tell me, like, your journey as an actor? How did you get this role? Because this is huge, right? It's a multi-choice original. So what that means is you don't have to market yourself. Multi-choice will do the marketing for you. Like, she was on billboards, like Boss, all these public bosses. You see her.
Yeah.
So I was like, so how did you do it? She said, I've been to a lot of auditions. Like, I always go to auditions. There are people who tell me, like, you must sleep with me. If not, you're not going to make up for this industry. Like, they swear. Like, they own the industry.
Yeah.
So now the thing is, one, my own way is the social media. Like, I've been creating content and then doing stuff, TikTok, whatever. Just do it. The second way is to keep going for that auditions.
Yeah.
True.
That's it. It might be the longer route, but I feel like if you keep doing it, because that's what she did. She kept going for auditions and auditions and auditions, and until she made it. And then she became like a star for like an original on like multi-choice project, and she's big now. Do you get? So for me, I'll always think that just keep doing the auditions if you can't do the social. If I'm an actor, I feel like if I'm an actor, I would have made it by now, because of the knowledge of like things that I think I can do to actually make it as an actor.
But you know from the start that you never wanted to be an actor. Like, okay, acting is not for me.
Okay, so for me, my dad is a photographer, by the way. Okay. But my dad was actually like the first photographer in his community in Osun State. Like, he was the only one he has his local bicycle. Like, he's that rich. Like, so, in fact, let me just say a short story. Very short story, guys. So, he lied to other photographers that are coming into Osun State that as a photographer, you cannot snap a dead man in the mortuary.
Okay.
If you do that, the dead will haunt you for life.
Okay.
In his time.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And bro, that's a fucking strategy. He wants all of these people to come to him to go and snap their dead. And all these photographers, like, they like withdrew, like, okay, man, no.
Wow.
But how do you do it? Like, no, because I have powers, black magic, and it's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it is strategy. It is how you strategize to actually, like, do your stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, the strategy in acting, for me, is either do like web series or basically just do like auditions and then you're going to make it.
By the way, your dad's story should be a film, man.
It is a film. Like,
Seriously.
I had the conversation with him for like 1 hour 47 minutes. Like, I did a recording of him. We sat down and just taking like on a bottle of beer. Like, okay, so tell me, how was it for you? Like, growing up? So I made that just share for later. But yeah, he told me all of this stuff. Like, it's an amazing. Like, you're going to. But put that on screen, like it's going to be an experience for everybody. But I have it like recorded. I plan to shoot it. It's not the kind of project that you want to pitch to somebody to shoot now, because it is not commercial. It is
not.
just going to be based on like a biopic. So people would not like fund it.
That's an Oscar material, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I need to put out my materials now, like my feature films now, get a couple of awards, then do like, okay, this is a personal project and I'm doing it, and then I feel like it's going to be a very good project. Like I mean to shoot. It's amazing. It's funny and stuff, but it's based on real life story. Yeah.
Okay. But right now, like, what projects do you guys have going on? Like, project you have going on, or we should watch? Like, who promotes you? Yes, now, like,
Okay, yeah. So I've actually been saying since that I'm trying to drive from like being the editor, the post production guy into like a production guy. So I'm trying to produce and like as a make like as in my project. So for now, I'm working on a feature film.
Yeah.
And in the way I'm trying to work on it, it's like 3 different short films put together into one feature film, right? So, and it's experimental because like nobody's executive producing this. So I'm doing this for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And because I've been able to work with like big colleagues in the industry, so I've met some actors and I've made them friends.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be like, you're doing me a favor. I'm going to pay, but you're doing me a favor.
Like,
So the project is going to be very good. It's film is about like African belief on life and death.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm doing basically, this is the first time I'm saying this on camera though. Like, we've not even done press release. We plan to do that. But yeah, I can say that like we plan to. It's a story of African belief on life and death. So we're trying to do the Obanje story. In Yoruba, Abiku. Yeah, we're trying to do Abobaku.
Okay.
Not like the story of like the
King's Osman.
The King Osman,
Yeah.
like that like everyone like did. So we made the story from a different perspective.
Okay.
And we tried to do like reincarnation story, like Babatunde's kind of story, like a ghost story sort of. You know that whole story about, oh, I marry dead man and then the guy disappeared. Yeah, so that's the whole story. So it's all these stories that we're just trying to blend together about like like Nigerian belief on life and death. It's an amazing story, basically. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I'm hoping to shoot this 2023. And then like basically get it out. But apart from that, CK is doing a story that I actually created. It's titled Mojisola.
Okay.
It will be directed by Kenneth Gang as well. Okay. Yeah, it's probably going to be on Netflix. Yeah.
Well, for me, I really don't know. I'm into poetry, so I'm hoping to like merge like short films and poetry together for like the coming year. There's this one I'm working on. It's political. It's like a political satire sort of, but at the same time it works around food. There's this thing about people trying to be malicious about other people's tribal food and stuff like that. So it's about a politician who is very, very particular about a certain food, and about a journalist who likes to bash this particular politician and the food he likes. And so it happens that I'm giving the story already, but anyways, you can't steal it. I know. So it happens that the journalist gets kidnapped, and the politician is trying to make a point and forces the journalist to eat his own tribal meal on live television. Meanwhile, eating the food is not the problem, but eating the food will go against everything and the values that the journalist has said on TV. And so it's a political satire sort of, and it matches poetry with
I'm
it.
saying it on camera, like it's like a pitch for me, so I like to direct it.
You see, I have like executive producer and directing already. It's a really, really good one. I'm so in love with the project. I don't want to give away the title, and then there's this other one about suicide. I'm very particular about mental health.
True.
So yeah, projects like that, poetry and short
Just
film.
really, really stuff.
So it's like maybe because of film school.
Yeah.
So most time when they tell us to create ideas and stuff, I'll start shouting at my classmates, do not do anything on rape and suicide. Do not.
Why?
Now, not like I'm a rapist. Yeah. It is because they've overflogged that team. So for me, like I've had it up to here. Like everybody tells that when they say give me a story, like tell suicide, like rape and stuff in film school, of course, not like on the big screen.
Yeah.
But in a way, if you tell a story, a suicide story or like a rape story in a very, very good way, like I think people would but for someone like me that I've overwatched them, so I'm exhausted. So that's like for me, like I always feel like if you want to tell another rape story, you need to tell it from a perspective.
True.
Yeah.
But those topics can never be said enough. Like they need to be.
Yeah, they
Because
need to
people-
be. They need
mental
to be
health,
said.
Like, I say our generation, people no get head. Like people are losing it.
The problem is you need to get people to watch it. You need to find a way, like, so that's the intelligence of, like, filmmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I have overwatched like Rape Story and like you need to find a way to make me watch another one.
Yeah.
Actually.
So you need to find a way to
more like
commercialize
Kelly.
it. Yeah, exactly. You need to, for instance, like create like a character that can make me laugh.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I like this character. Oh, I like it. Maybe the guy is a drunkard or whatever. Like, I like this guy. I like this guy. And then this character is leading me to a truth that I don't know about. Like, so yeah, like you need to like sort of find a creative way to actually like tell stories like that. If not, people will just disengage. Because there are lots of NGO stories that are not even like on like Netflix or like as an Amazon platform.
Twitch allegedly committed suicide. Now we know him to be this fun guy.
True.
He's
Nobody
very-
expected. Like they didn't.
Nobody saw
posted
that
something
coming.
was very funny.
So to tell a story like that, I would want to know like what was going on in his mind, because it will shock you to know that I saw a video recently of a man jumping over the Third Mainland Bridge. It was I think it was a middle-aged man, and I'm just imagining, how did you get to that point? How did you rationalize?
What led to it?
That is what I'm concerned about. I want to know, how did you rationalize it? How did it become like an option? How did it become like a way out? What are you going through? That is something that I'd love to explore.
True.
Yeah.
I think for our storytelling, what's the name of this film? Have you seen something Mumbai at Hotel Mumbai?
Tell me about
You've seen Obama?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to watch this man kill himself, I need to know his backstory, just like what you're asking.
Yeah.
Hotel Mumbai started with this guy and his pregnant wife and a daughter, and then his shoe is missing, and I started laughing in the cinema like, man, this. He went to work, and then he was the only man standing without a shoe, and then the boss. I really like the character.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, I will keep following that character because he's like
Yeah.
interested.
Already
in
endeared to the character,
exactly.
yeah.
So up until when he's going to stand on that bridge to want to kill himself, I will keep following like, no, but don't kill this guy. Like, I like him.
Yeah.
So that's how you can get me or like people like me to watch a series. So people miss that. People want to focus on the truth, like what they feel like. Oh shit! Like people are killing themselves. Oh, I'm passionate about this project, and you started this project in a very dark way.
Yeah.
I want to watch comedy. Okay? I don't like Nigeria is already hard enough for me to start like as in crying in the beginning of your film.
I read a story one time. This guy, he just finished a stand-up comedy, and he shot himself backstage.
Whoa, that's dark, man.
Like, it's such a dark story. It was really, really. I've forgotten the title, but I read it. It was text.
Whoa.
I was like, what? So
Yeah. So
I
you
think
can
there are better
imagine,
ways to explore stories.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, that if I can connect to the character, man, bro, I'm going to watch the story. But yeah, people like kind of
No, but
overflow it.
our industry is all about writing, though. Like just writing, just storytelling. Find a way, either musical, anywhere. Do you think we still have writers, or our generation? Like we have roomy writers coming up now.
We do.
Yeah.
We do have great writers. I know of Xavier. Xavier is a great writer. Xavier Goro, he writes for African Magic. He's one of the head writers there.
Okay.
Ifeanyi Chidi is a great writer.
Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to remember this guy's name. He has locks. He writes for African Magic too. I've forgotten his name. These guys are good. I've seen the things they wrote, and come on, these guys are good.
True.
So I think we have great writers. I think our problem with the visibility, or let me say the usage of what we write, is the commercial, or let me say the kind of audience we have. Because I think that filmmakers or writers cannot outgrow like the audience they have.
Sure.
So if we keep having audience that are not enlightened or conscious about certain matters, we can't go beyond writing what they want. So that is why you will see some movies will do well in the cinema in Nigeria than really good movies.
Yeah, I agree. Like for the writing, for me, I think that they are like really good young writers that are in the industry now that people are actually making them ghostwriters. They are that good.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Now I have Bode, I have Tyrone. These guys, they write your story for maybe like 1.7, 2, 3 million naira, 4 million naira to write a story. for a young filmmaker, like I can't afford them, right? I can afford somebody that can write stories for me, maybe like as in form, like a couple of hundred. So
Yeah.
do you understand? So now, if you're going to start saying that, okay, you want to write a story like that's set in the future for Nigerians, he can write it. He's young. He's that kind of writer. But then again, when you make that story, like, will somebody buy it? Because we have audience, and we know what our audience wants. Whatever story you are doing in Nigeria, if it's for cinema, it has to be very commercial. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I did a project like recently. It's Madam Koi Koi, like it's the whole boarding school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
I think I've seen it.
Yeah. So I did the post production, and then they sent it to like Film One. Film One is like, I mean, the number one distribution company in Nigeria. So Film One wrote to them, oh yeah, we like your story, blah blah. We'll get back to you, blah blah blah. But they never get back to the producer. It's been 1 year now. And what the other guys got from Film One was that the story is not commercial enough. They don't think that the audience can actually, like, I mean, connect to this story because it's dark. It's like horror. So we have horror. We have people in Nigeria who love to watch horror. I love horror films.
Yeah,
I love
it's
comedy,
like-
and I love horror film. I like to watch horror film in the night. I want to be kicking something like bottle, like
I love horror films too. Like
Do you get-
films that will
yeah,
put you.
but why would you tell me that as a Nigerian, like, we don't have horror film audience? We do.
We do.
Do you understand? So now they told them, like, oh,
We were
like,
brought up on horror movies, by the way.
exactly.
Actually.
Like all this,
Actually.
yeah, and all those kind of movies.
But my dad took me to the cinema when I was young, like, to go and watch like Ogunde's film. Ogunde's film is about, like, as in witches and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like
Like
I
that
watch,
end of life.
yeah, I watch those movies, like, I mean, as a child.
Yeah.
So why won't I like horror films? But they wrote to them that they don't like, I mean, the genre of the film that they did, that it's not commercial and they don't have faces in it. So even when you're making film in Nigeria, you need like the faces that they
Yeah,
want to see. So you can't explore. I just love it. I love the fact that now we have new filmmakers, like new faces in the industry that people actually explore.
Yeah.
Like the film that Kenneth is trying to, like, as in do now, is exploiting like new faces. His two films, This Is Lagos, like, we use a main actor like Laura to play the lead character. You've not seen her in any film. Like, she's new. That's like daring people, like
Yes.
creating more faces instead of just sticking to.
Every-
Ramsey Noah is big. Like R&D is big. They've done all. Like R&D will be R&D in your film. You'll be R&D in this film and that film. Oga, you need somebody new.
There are
You
people.
understand? To do so. That's like giving people the opportunity to do stuff, right? So I was listening to a podcast by I think it's Goldmind's comedy Goldmind's Kelvin Hart.
Yeah.
And Kelvin was saying that they approached him to do is it Beverly Hill Cop? Like Eddie Murphy did that before. I don't know if you've seen it. Eddie Murphy is the one that did the first
not seen it.
one. So it's supposed to be a comedy about this black cop showing up at the white neighborhood and stuff. And I told you, like, Kelvin, I think you should be the one to do the next one. And he said, no, I think you should give a new face this thing to do because Eddie has done it. He's like, no, we need you to do it because, like, you are Kelvin. Do what Kelvin does best.
Yeah.
He said, no, give it to somebody that they've never seen before to do
Yeah.
it. So that's what, like, some of these top dogs need to start thinking about. You need to give opportunity to people to do stuff. That's relevant.
No, but
Because-
if you say we have writers here in this room. Those new writers, you see a lot to see. Like, get writers for here now.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Like, I mean, you guys might not be seeing Tosin. Maybe you might see me.
I'm a writer too, by the way.
He's a writer too. I
Yeah.
know that too. He's a writer too.
So Tosin wrote the story I was telling you about,
Yeah.
like, as in the whole, like, I mean, epic story. I can't give up the title because they're like sharks in the ocean. So Tosin is an amazing writer. Tosin recently started developing a project for Kenneth Gang. Like, there's a project that he's supposed to. I can't say
Yeah,
for
you know
what
about
platform,
the
but
project.
Tosin is like one amazing writer that, like, you can actually, like, I mean, beat your chest and say he will deliver.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But then again, like, people need to respect these writers and you need to actually pay them what they are worth.
And acknowledge
right?
them fully.
If people like Tyrone are charging you 4 million naira, if you come to Tosin, you can beg him for 1.72 million naira.
Yeah.
But no, they'll be saying no, but you know, Tosin, you know my guy. Do you understand?
Like, pay them their worth.
That's like another problem we are facing as industry. Like, I mean, crew. Like, people will want you to do their job for them, like use you as a ghostwriter or use you to direct a project, and they'll put their name on it, but they'll underpay you, right? And then people love the work, but the real person that did the work, like, as in, is just like, as in, behind the
Pay
scene. You
them
don't.
their worth.
That's fact.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, I mean, for writers, we do have beautiful writers. Like it's just like I mean I advocate for like young filmmakers to actually succeed in the industry because I'm young and I'm hungry. Again, I keep saying that stuff. But
Young and hungry.
bro, don't ever think that like these guys are going to help you. If they help you, is a plus. If they don't help you, just help yourself. So the idea is just for you to make the film you want to make. Don't wait for that time to say like, oh, okay, like I'll wait for when I get this money, man. Bro, just go ahead and just do your stuff. So that's the whole aggressive attitude that we all need as young filmmakers. Don't follow the old rules, create your own rules and then break them and then just do it.
But I have something to add. I think that these are young generation, the way we are evolving and we are growing, we are beginning to diversify the whole Nollywood industry. Like most writers now are writing different angles, just as he said, he's writing society about society, writing rape. I have writers writing about like history, I have writers writing about horror, as you just said earlier. So it's good that people are just changing the whole time. Before we used to see all those them I don't want to call name, but all those the African magic, just one straight up story. King and queen and palace and kingdom.
Man, I call it the end of the year film. Like every December, like I'm sorry, but like I don't go to the cinema to watch all these Nigerian films that they release in December because those are the movies that they are noise.
Yeah,
they are noise. I'm saying on camera, they are noise.
For
and they're just there for commercial value, basically.
Yeah,
basically, those and they have a fan base, and at the end of the day, they will make 300, 400, 600 million naira from that stuff. But I can't watch it because if I'm a filmmaker and I make a film better than that film, they will never accept it in the cinema around that time of the year because the film that time is created for some particular set of people. So like these movies are like movies that people will see as if you go to the cinema with your family now, you have 3 films in the cinema in Nigeria. You have Black Panther, you have Avatar, and you have the Nigerian film.
Whatever it is.
But basically, what it is that those are the films you watch. You don't have access to any other film. So whether you like it or your family will want to just watch one of these. That's how they make money. So it's not like people go to the cinema like, man, I heard Toby told me this film is a good film. I want to go and see it. No, you don't have options. Yeah, so the industry needs to change. Like we need to fucking change our mentality of what kind of film people should see. That's how you promote people's film. Like if you put an horror movie in December for people to watch in December, people will watch it because it's an horror film. But that's how you create the fan base. But you can't keep giving us comedy and then you say that that's the only film we can watch, or commercial film or whatever they call it. Yeah.
By the way, there's some young filmmakers that I think we should watch out for, like Fee Gambo, like the guys.
He's amazing. I've always wanted to work with him. I've always wanted to work.
So
with
you see, to walk now.
Yeah,
I honestly think that it set the tone for some of the kind of movies we're seeing now. Some of the police story, detective kind of movies we're seeing now. It set the tone like some years back, like 6 years ago. So I think he's doing a great job, and it's quite young.
That's nice. After every episode, we answer a riddle.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Feed me and I will give. Feed me and I will live. Give me water, I will die. What am I?
Feed me, I will live. Give me water, I will die.
Yeah. Feed me and I will live. Give me water and I will die.
That's like glucose.
Thirst?
It's not glucose.
Thirst?
No.
If you feed thirst, it will live. If you give it water, it will die. I don't know.
You try.
Feed me, and I will live. Give me water, and I will die.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like fire. Is that?
Oh wow.
That's fire.
I just said it.
Am I right?
Is it fire?
Guys, guess in the comment section.
Is it fire for real?
I think it's fire. If you keep putting like the firewood in it, the fire will keep burning.
No, it said
if you pour water, it will die.
This leaf, is it like L-I-V or L-E-A-V?
L-I-V-E.
Oh, it might be fire then.
Yeah, it is fire.
Might be fire.
Don't waste your comment. Just put fire.
Fire for fire.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, the answer is actually fire.
Oh wow.
You feed fire, it will live. Pour fire to die now. Pour water to die.
Nice.
So, thank you for coming on today's episode, on this week's episode of Blunt and Funk with Baron Dixon. See you again and again and again. Thank you.